Hi there, I'm Rosemary from the Unfinished Lesson, and this is another quick win series. We are going to be taking a look at how to build excitement in your studio, especially after holidays. So while I'm thinking more summer holidays, it could also be for winter holidays if you've taken a break. I'm going to give you 3 ideas today in terms of how to build excitement before lessons start, in terms of welcoming new families, but I'm going to give you tons of ideas this week. So the first idea is actually a newsletter. You may think newsletters, they have died, they're gone, nobody reads them. You have to give your clients a reason to read them. So in my studio, my clients know that if they choose not to read the newsletter, they're going to miss out on registering their kids for group lessons and other studio events. It's also where I make sure that there's 3 months of dates of things that are happening within our studio. And so while they can get those dates on our calendar on our studio website, it's just a lot easier to quickly check an email once a month, make sure the calendar is updated. So how do I use this newsletter to welcome new and returning clients? Well, in my first newsletter, there's a few things I always do. I let them know how often and when to expect the newsletter, what types of information will be included, like say those registration for studio events and those important dates. And I also let them know where they can get more information. So whether that's their online folders, and there is a YouTube series on this on the channel, so I will link to that below, or whether it's in social media, because I do update that as well. So let them know, kind of take a think about what it is that you want to include in that newsletter. It doesn't have to be long, but that's a great way to welcome clients and to start tweaking some interest, especially if you're sending that a month before your lessons start. The second thing that I do is I always make sure that there's like a fun little social media message on our Facebook and Instagram and other channels. The reason for that is, again, not everybody checks their email, especially if they're new and they don't realize how important those newsletters are. So by having it in our social media, I make sure that they can hopefully see it there. And then in the newsletter, I always make sure that there's a nice big button that lets them know, please make sure that you like or follow our studio social media channels, whichever ones you prefer. That way that the clients are getting information in more than one place. Plus, they have a tendency of showing them to their kids if it's a fun little image. The third thing that you could do, and I haven't done this in my studio, though I have talked to other teachers that absolutely love doing this, is to send out a postcard. So you can create a little postcard in Canva or another tool, or you can find designs online and use that to send snail mail to your students. They don't get a lot of that these days, so that could be a fun way to do it as well. I'm going to be doing a variation on that this year in creating like a little welcome package for my students and then sending it to them. That way they get something in the mail and hopefully it builds that excitement for them. All right, so quick recap, 3 ideas. Newsletter, make sure it's fun, that it's informative. Social media with a cute image, and 3, send something to your students. All right, your goal for today is to decide which one, or if you're going to do all of them, which ideas are you going to follow today. You don't have to follow through on actually doing it quite yet, though I want you to make time in your schedule for it. So if you choose the newsletter, decide on a template and just write it up quickly. If you're choosing to do social media, go ahead and visit the website. I've got a link to the article. I actually have two free images that you can get on the site. All right, I hope you have an amazing day. Please make sure you check back here tomorrow, where I'll be going into more ideas on how you can welcome students and build that excitement in your studio.